Regardless of where you're from, most of us have had to stay in our home countries for almost 2 years. Now might be a good time to book a little vacation. You deserve it! Up next, we'll be sharing our top 7 places to visit in 2022. All the following destinations have reopened their borders to vaccinated tourists, but please make sure to check local health and safety regulations before you travel. Stick around to find out what our #1 travel destination for 2022 will be. First, we have Quebec, Canada. Quebec is known for being the French province of Canada, an ideal place to travel in large groups. The city offers a multitude of different activities to cater to each of your family and friends. Quebec City, the capital of the province, is rich in history. Montreal, which is closer to the US-Ontario borders, is a better spot for nightlife, bar hopping, and restaurants, although there are also an impressive number of museums and old churches within its relatively small area. There are many different world-class festivals in Quebec that can be attended depending on the time of year, especially in Montreal. These include the Just for Laughs Comedy Festival, the International Jazz Fest, Oshiga, Heavy MTL, the Grand Prix, as well as numerous electronic music festivals like Igloo Fest. Make sure to try poutine from Casse Croûte, which is basically a little shack or counter that serves up French fries, hot dogs, and burgers. Beaver tails, a flat piece of fried dough topped with various sweets, are also found at most events or anywhere you can find food trucks. French heritage also makes the local craft beer and cheese industries a must to explore. Next, Costa Rica. Costa Rica gives you the option of booking an all-inclusive vacation free of worry, but some travelers prefer to explore the country on their own. It is an extremely affordable destination and a great option for people who want a luxurious beach vacation without the hefty price tag. The beaches in Costa Rica are plentiful and absolutely gorgeous. There are also dense jungles to explore, but make sure to follow all safety precautions and also make sure you have a guide with you who knows what they're doing. There are many national parks in Costa Rica where visitors can get a sneak peek at some beautiful wild creatures in their natural habitat. Sloths are a common sight, although it can be difficult to locate them at first due to their seamless camouflage. There are also many species of colorful parrots that make Costa Rica a great place to birdwatch. Insect enthusiasts will also have a great time at the Butterfly Kingdom. Of course, when visiting the tropics, you should try all the different exotic fruits that you don't have access to back home. Other delicious foods to sample here are empanadas, ceviche, and palmito string cheese balls, which are super fun to peel apart and eat. Up next, Alaska, United States. The northernmost American state, Alaska, actually appears to be part of Canada at first. In fact, part of the state is actually located within the Arctic Circle. Most of Alaska's territory is permafrost, and even the southernmost regions will only reach 20 degrees Celsius for a couple weeks in the summer. Despite some cruel conditions, people have thrived in Alaska for tens of thousands of years. The foods eaten here the most are wild game such as buffalo and caribou, fish, especially salmon, wild berries, and fry bread. Tours of the beautiful landscape are available either by sea or by land. Be respectful of the wildlife here and pay close attention to your guides. Bears are commonly seen and can get especially aggressive at certain times of the year. You can also spot enormous moose from a distance and go whale watching. Another fun activity to do here is visit a gold rush museum or partake in a mining tour. Participants can pan their own gold just like in the olden days. Alaska is a magnificent place to visit, but it's not our first pick for this year. Don't go anywhere. We'll be telling you what our top travel destination for 2022 is in just a few minutes. Next, Germany. Although Europe is known to be a generally expensive place to travel, Germany can be found to be surprisingly affordable. Many students and people who backpack or travel for lengthy periods like to stop in Munich, especially for its cheap hostels. The country is particularly attractive to history buffs for obvious reasons. Historical monuments have been preserved and displayed all across the country. Anyone with an interest in architecture would as well have an excellent time in Germany. There are an extraordinary number of cathedrals, churches, castles, and palaces to behold. The best time of the year to visit is certainly September-October for Germany's famous 3-week beer festival, Oktoberfest. Over 6 million people from all corners of the globe participate in this 200-year-old folk festival. Beer is served in Bavarian-style beer mugs, which usually hold about a liter of beer. Combined with the fact that the beer traditionally served at the Munich Oktoberfest usually has a 6% alcohol content, you can imagine how wild it gets. To soak up all that alcohol, people often snack on soft pretzels, Wurst sausages, and thin, crispy schnitzel also really hit the spot after an afternoon of drinking. Now we have Taiwan. If you're the kind of person who really enjoys alcohol, then Taiwan may be the place for you. Consuming alcohol in public places such as parks or on the streets is not prohibited. An intriguing combination of Chinese, Japanese, Southeast Asian, and American influences have all helped shape Taiwan into the country that it is today. Its capital is Taipei, known for its impressive skyscrapers such as the Taipei 101. It is a little more expensive to visit than China, but on the other hand, an affordable alternative to Japan. Taoist temples can be found scattered all over Taiwan, even within the metropolis of Taipei. Visitors can spend days just roaming the streets and taking in the eclectic mix of modern and traditional architecture. Like most Asian countries, the food here is diverse, flavorful, and rich in culture and history. Beef noodle soup is the national dish, and many other soups are commonly eaten here, such as hot pot. People in Taiwan love soup so much, they even decided to put it in a dumpling. If you're looking for something lighter or on the good, you must try a pillowy soft bao bun stuffed with sweet pork and marinated veggies. At number 2, we have Norway. One of Norway's best features is how safe it is. A notoriously fair country, there is little poverty in Norway, which results in crime rates being exceptionally low. This is a great place to travel solo or with the family, but the only downside to it is that it can get a little costly. Norway has some of the most beautiful and unique sights in the world, known especially for its impressive fjords, glaciers, and northern lights. Nighttime cruises and excursions are common. If you'd like to try an ancient mode of transportation, dog sled teams of adorable huskies are available for joyrides. The cold, wintry climate makes Norway a fantastic location to build ice hotels, which are exactly what they sound like. Visitors can rent a room completely carved out of ice, complete with frozen furniture draped in silky furs. The food here is a perfect balance of light snacks and hearty dishes to keep you warm and full. Crisp breads with cheeses and meats, stews, and seafood are some of the more popular dishes. If you're feeling adventurous, try some of their famous caviar from a tube, a salty caviar paste that is eaten on bread or crackers with boiled eggs. A true Norwegian delicacy that you can actually buy at IKEA. So even if you won't make it to the fjords this year, you can still give it a taste. At number 1, Greece. If you've ever seen somebody post pictures from their trip to Greece, then you know exactly how beautiful it can be. The crystal clear blue waters and dazzling white stone buildings that are characteristic of the country seem like a luxury only the most affluent of us can afford. You'll be happy to know that Greece offers some extremely affordable accommodations. People traveling solo can find cheap hostel rooms, and families in larger groups can even rent whole villas without breaking the bank. The food and drinks here are plentiful and inexpensive, and some of the best in the world. Make sure to try an authentic souvlaki with tzatziki, which can be found in almost any country today. Greek people love their olives and their olive oil, which are included in many of their dishes. For dessert, you absolutely must try loukomades, deep-fried donut-like balls topped with honey syrup. Sightseers will have a blast in Greece, especially in the capital, Athens. Many famous ancient structures are still standing today, such as the Acropolis and the Parthenon. You can even climb Mount Olympus, which is a real place. We can't make any promises about meeting Zeus, though. All these things combined is what makes Greece the best place to visit in 2022. No matter where you decide to book your trip, we hope you travel safely and adhere to all the local regulations. Most places in the world welcome their guests with open arms, and the least we can do to thank them is to be considerate and respectful. Thanks for watching. Make sure to give us a follow and tell us down below where you're planning on traveling this year.